Joining me now is Ohio Republican Congressman Jim Renacci. Congressman, thank you for being with us. Have you voted? You voting on this?
I have voted already.
You're voting to keep the government, to keep the lights on?
Well, actually, I'm a big believer that the government should not shut down. I did vote no on this bill because I'm concerned on a 7-day patch. Again, we took off 2 weeks. Now we're just pushing things off 7 days. I'm a business guy. I've been in business for 30 years. I think we stick around and work things out together. So I'm a little disappointed that we're just kicking the can down the road. But that happens all the time here in Washington.
So you're saying that in your business, when you ran a business, you didn't just shut it down when things weren't going your way?
No, in my business, we worked together to get things done, and we stayed together until we got things done, just like normal American people do, hardworking Americans do every day.
All right, so this is interesting. You voted no to the continuing resolution, not because you want a government shutdown, but to force everybody to stay and work.
Well, I think that's one of the things the American people want to see. They want to see people working together. They want to see compromise and getting things done, and we're not doing that. Again, we just took 14 days off, and now we come back and we extend for 7 days. It doesn't look right to the American people. It doesn't feel right to Jim Renacci.
Let's talk about the health care bill. Where do you stand on this newly revised GOP American health care proposal?
Well, I was a supporter of it 3 weeks ago. My biggest concern is we keep having these backroom deals, which always concern me. We end up with an amendment that I'm not 100% aware of, or the details, and that's what happens when you have backroom deals. I'm a big believer in making sure that that we do our work right out in front. We have hearings, we work together to get things done, but I still want to move this bill forward. I want to move it to the Senate. I want to make sure the process continues to work.
All right, so there haven't been any hearings. I mean, this is one of the criticisms of this bill, particularly from experts, from doctors, from health associations, from hospitals, from nurses, all that kind of thing. It does seem a little ham-fisted. Well,
look, a lot of these ideas have been around for many years, for 6 years. Most of this is Dr. Price's bill, which has been around. I supported Dr. Price and his bill, but I do think the process has to work, which means you have to have hearings and you have to move the process. You have to bring consensus together. These are things that you do in the real world. These are things you do in the business world. These are things we're not doing a very good job of here.
Let's talk about the popularity of the First Amendment, the American Health Care Act, first time around. It was polling, and one doesn't know if you can rely on these polls, but it was polling around 17% popularity. Do you think this one's likely to be more or less popular? And the reason I ask you this is because you have to go back to your constituents and some of those raucous town halls and sell it to them.
Well, first off, we're a divided country, so when you go back home, you hear half the people saying they don't want anything touched. You hear the other half saying they want it totally dismantled. The problem is it's going to dismantle on its own. The Affordable Care Act cannot continue. It's a plane that wings are almost coming off, and it's going to crash eventually. So what I'm a big believer in is we need to bring that plane down slowly. We need to protect the people that are on the plane. At the same time, we have to be able to move forward and make sure we take care of the safety net, the people that are needed, that need that funding and are part of that safety net.
I guess the issue is, I hear you, that we're a divided country and people have different views, but when it comes to health care, it's not really 50-50. It's not even like the election was. It's overwhelmingly in favor of don't give me that half-baked plan that came out a few weeks ago.
Well, the problem is some people want a complete repeal and replace. Right now, that's bringing the plane straight down. Other people want the plane to keep flying. I'm a big believer that neither should occur, and we need to bring things down safely. So that's why we are divided. When you say it's greater than 50%, some of the people on the right want it just brought straight down. That's what the issue is today.
Congressman, great to talk to you. Thanks for taking the time to have a conversation with me.
Thank you, Ali.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.